Okay, let's move on to setting up the entire device. Let's assume that you have now connected the input, connected the outputs, one of which was the tank and the other was the wastewater drain. It doesn't matter how many stages your device has. It might be an 8-stage or 9-stage device. The last filter goes to your consumption tap, and you've connected that too. Now you want to start up the device. You have the power plug. And before you plug it into the outlet, you need to make sure that you have opened housing number 3, so that now, when you want to turn on the device, water from the carbon filter of the 2nd stage does not enter the 3rd stage filter, and the membrane. How? Bob, a tool has been sent to you in your setup pack, which is for opening and closing your pre-filter housings. You can easily open housing number 3 with the tool. It's not very difficult and doesn't require much force unless you haven't replaced the filter on time, which causes deposits on the housing threads. When you open filter number 3, you can pull out the connection in the same way I explained to you, and place the outlet of this hose into a transparent container like a pitcher, or if you prefer, just place your pitcher under this chamber. Once you've opened the housing, plug in the device and turn on the incoming water. The water that comes out is so black that we colloquially say it's as dark as cola, because it contains carbon, approximately between 4 to 8 liters. Let me tell you a very important point. Some people think that this black water coming out of the device is something extra and undesirable. However, the more black water or carbon dust the filter produces, the higher the quality of the filter, because it contains more carbon. Unfortunately, some companies use coal under the name of carbon, and this coal practically has no dust, leading the customer to think it is of higher quality, which is not the case. Real plant-based carbon has more dust output, which definitely needs to be washed and should not enter the membrane filter. So you turn on the water, plug in the device, and either remove filter number 3 this way, or through the method of removing the connection hose from 2 to 3, place it in a transparent container. Once the black water is finished, and the water becomes clear and transparent, unplug the device again, close the valve, wait for the water to drain, and put the container back in its place. Now, if you open the valve and plug in the device, the water, after passing through the stage 3 filter, enters the membrane, and the purification process begins. Up until now, everything was part of the pre-filtration process.